And we have started the stream. Hello everybody. My name is Eyeless, back at it again with Clash. We already did, the full game last time, but this time we are playing the bonuses. I don't know how long the bonuses are gonna be, but I mean, we'll see. Anyways. Oh, next year, already here. I'm surprised you came in here fast, dude. Speed of light. But anyways, yeah, so let's go ahead, start these bonuses. I don't know where the bonuses are gonna pick off from, if we're gonna, be part of the Federation again. Not Federation, I guess, but, be the detective since we're partnered up with him technically. Or if we're just starting like a whole new thing. Maybe it might be like a backstory. I don't know, but we shall see. Would you like to play the bonus game episode or seen the behind the scenes trivia? We could possibly, if the bonus episode is really short, we can see what the trivia is, but let's play the bonus. The sun rose higher behind me. I closed my eyes and sighed. Oh, we are not on a ship anymore. I caught my breath and opened my eyes. The building before me was unassuming, tucked away in an alley between two skyscrapers. I already can't read. Skyscrapers. It could have been easily missed if you weren't looking for it. Good thing I've been looking for it. What are we looking for? I walked up the stairs and stopped in front of the door. A sign to the right, the door read Clash. Clash's detective agency. So it's his whole agency. He got his own firm. That's kind of cool. I don't know much about Clash. I heard that he was a scientist robot. He used to be a crime assistance automation assisting police officers with their investigations. After cracking a mysterious case in the open sea, balancing his approach to assistance in order to maximize his crime-solving productivity. He has since stuck out on his own and started his own detective agency. That's so nice. Okay, I'm happy for him, man. Good for him. At least that's how the rumors went. I believe it. What do you mean? I believed every word of those rumors. I've seen many robots in many jobs. Taxi drivers, bartenders, teachers. I'd never picture robots in those sort of jobs, and yet there they were. Yeah, I don't know how you'd have a teacher as a robot. I feel like that'd cause a lot of problems. A detective wouldn't be too surprising to me if it were true. Whatever Clash was, he be human or cyborg or robot, he was hiring. That was the important part. Oh, okay, so we're just a whole new person. I looked back down at the job on my phone. Hiring for a temp assistant. Apply in person at Clash's detective agency. It was followed by an address that led to this location. I just wasn't sure if we were supposed to knock or just let myself in. I mean, I'll try knocking. Don't be rude about it. Come in, the voice said, stern but welcoming. I wonder if it's the assistant that we were last time. I gently entered the room. Oh. I felt like I was trespassing even though I had every right to be there. I was greeted by a robot. Look at you! It's him! I was fighting the final boss when you messaged me. Oh no, what were you playing at? My bad. That's why I was gonna say, like, it's completely fine if you don't end up coming. I feel bad now. The robot wore a trench coat and a nice hat. His head was like camera lens. His build was like a man. His legs were like running blades. Okay, fanfic. Despite, it's just like a Wattpad. Every time we play this game, it's like a Wattpad, just deeper and deeper. Despite his strange appearance, he radiated warmth and self-assurance. He crossed the room to meet me. The name's Clash. He introduced himself and stretched a welcoming hand towards me. Oh, right, that's what it looked like. His hand was mechanical and his skeletal covered a thin, clear layer of flexible plastic. I knew it was supposed to shake his hand, but I was not sure if I really wanted to. Why not? Why does it even give us this option? That's so mean. I smiled and gave him a firm handshake. You know what you put yourself into when you applied for this job. Like, you can't just walk in and expect there to be like, like human quote unquote interactions. That's on you, buddy. He seemed impressed. It's good to see manners haven't died. Exactly. He gave me my shoulder a friendly pat and guided me to his desk. Clash had a very nice office. It was modern but minimalist. What books that were on his shelves? I did get it right. What the heck? Why did I stop myself? Were various... I thought that said fiction. just like various fan fiction and non-fan fiction, fiction crime novels, as well as Scientology and psychology books. I wonder what kind of fan fiction Crash would be into. Like maybe some sort of like Voltron, or just, I'm thinking like futuristic. I don't know. Maybe Undertale. You'll never know. The two monitors displayed data that couldn't be read. I assumed it made perfect sense to be a robot. I took a seat at Clash's desk, and he took a seat opposite of me. So how can I help you today? Clash folded his hands on his desk and looked at me. It was somewhat disconcerting, being stared at by a mono-eyed machine. I cleared my throat and answered him. I'd like a job here. Hire me right now. I'd like a job here. I saw a job at Adeline. Did you? Well, I'm glad you're here. Clash pulled out a notepad. I didn't know the sight of a robot with a notepad surprised me. I suppose it assumed that I'd be using a computer to record everything in his mind. I bet you're wondering why I'm taking notes with a notepad instead of recording everything. Clash read my expression and inferred my thoughts. I'll be recording this interview through my optics, but I like to keep a physical copy just in case. God forbid I ever lose my memory, but it's still better to be prepared. He made some quick notes before speaking again. State your name, please. Stating my name, this is not the same character as you played in the main story. Okay. We can't do Eyeless again. We gotta choose a different name. What should we do? I don't know. Wise 5 Monstrum Nox. I've never heard of that game, so I don't even know which one you're playing at. But apologies for, again, interrupting you. Anyways, let's see. What should our new name be? Should it just be Elise? Because everybody that I talk to that I say my name is Eyeless, they're always like, I've gotten Elise, I've gotten Isley, I gotten just a couple other variations, and I'm just like, okay, for sure, we'll just do regular Elise. I randomly spotted in the GameStop. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Very good. Now your age, sex, gender, and so on and so forth. I told him. Thank you. Okay, yeah, let's get to the point. Now all that basic junk is out of the way, I'm looking for a temporary assistant to help me around the place while my regular assistant, who he did not say his assistant's name is again, this is the same character. Okay, so Iylise. I wonder if Elise is just evil persona mate. Although I'm not gonna be evil in this game. Maybe I should be evil in this one since I wasn't evil in the last one. Is finishing up their criminal justice degree. It is me! Oh my god. It's so me. Your contract would last a few moments until I graduate. I didn't even... Wow. That's just... I didn't expect that. Okay. I mean, props to me. Look at me go. Get that education! If you do a good job enough, Elise and I... Why did I say it like that? It's rubbing off on me already. Everybody else that keeps calling me it. Nobody that I talk to calls me the correct name. At least like when I'm playing like VR chat and such. But nobody freaking calls me the right name. So anyways, Eyeless. It is Eyeless. If you do a good enough job, Eyeless and I will do our best to keep you on some sort of permanent position. It has gas. I'm already shocked at myself and I'm mad at myself for calling myself Elise. Is that acceptable? I suppose so. Certainly. I like the enthusiasm. Now for some quick questions. What sort of related experience do you have? Nothing. I don't know. I might. Do I need any? Considering how well... I was going to say Elise again. Eyeless did without any... No. I'm just curious. 12 years of robot detective assistance. Let's do customer service. Clash jotted down some notes. Interacting with people, especially people at their worst, happens in both lines of work at the one time. So let's see it counts. Here's a scenario for you. Please answer it as honestly as you can. You're trying to get information out of a guy that you suspect committed a crime. Describe your approach. Try to get him to trust me. Okay, we're gonna be a little bit more aggressive in this round, I think. Not to the point where it's probably hostile, but I like to try to see things from his point of view. Might be a little bit more indifferent this round. Slap him around. If not, then I'd just yell a lot. No, okay. We're gonna go from his point of view. I know we just said that we're gonna be a little bit more hospital, but I feel like that's just probably the best way. A compassionate type. Don't ever lose that kindness, but be wary. Sometimes people may try to exploit that compassion. I speak from experience. Clash continues to write down notes. I nervously cleared my throat. So, how am I doing? Well, you haven't ruined your chances of getting this job, so I wouldn't worry about it. That's great. Just a few more questions before I make my decision. Is anybody else really even wanting to be hired by you, or am I just doing this for information? Because I feel like you don't have anybody else lined up, if I'm over your real. Then we'll go over pay hours and all that. I smiled in relief. It sounded like I was getting hired. Probably. Clash stopped writing and continues his questions. Next question. If you were... Suddenly, Clash placed a finger on his temple. Clash, Detective Agency. Clash speaking. Who is this, and how did you get a direct line to me? How are you a phone? Like, I understand, like, somewhat computer, but you're primarily a camera. I have a phone, you know. Isn't there, like, specific phone people? I don't know. I looked at the old-fashioned push-button phone on Clash's desk. Where? I don't even see one. Maybe it's behind him. I wonder why a robot would need a phone. I guess getting a lot of phone calls in your head can be distracting. Yeah, that sounds annoying. Dude, have you, like, seen, like, Elon was, I guess, trying to put the chip in people's head to, like, make, like, phone calls, go connect on the internet and crap like that? Because that sounds terrifying and annoying. Just imagine the notifications that would just, like, constantly go off in people's head. And then I feel like there would be trolls to somehow keep making it go that way. And I know certain people with tinnitus, like, it's already, like, so incredibly horrible, like, of an experience that they want to kill themselves. So I cannot imagine how that's going to go, putting chips in people's heads. But future, I guess we'll see. Future problem. Future eyeless problem. Clash suddenly stood in front of his desk. Sal? Who's Sal? I forgot who Sal was. That sounds familiar, but he walked briskly to his window, trying to keep his voice low. I'm gonna listen. We're a little bit aggressive this round. I casually listened to Clash's phone conversation. Also, if you're gonna have a phone conversation, you should step outside or something like that. You have that option. I could only catch bits and pieces. You're sure? She was the only one there? Dude, did Eyeless die? That's gonna be so sad. You didn't see anybody else? No break-in? I see. Yes, sir. We'll be right there. Clash walked away from the window and came to me. Change of plan. Interviewer, you're hired. Let's go check out the crime scene. Oh, great. Level up. New job. I stammered in confusion. Clash quickly explained. See, that seems like a red flag. Like, just immediately getting hired. Oh well. The coffee house 2 blocks over, Refined Coffee and Bakery, reported that their robotic barista was severely damaged. Oh, thank God it wasn't eyeless. The manager suspects that foul play and wants me to investigate. What? This is all about I can manage in my bewilderment. Clash pulled me to my feet. There's no time for questions. Not here anyway. We need to go down there. Now. Wow. He took my hand and pulled me out of the office. Okay, so I didn't even say if I wanted the job. Maybe I had some questions first, you know? My head was whirlwind. Also, before anybody else says, yes, you can interview for a job and not want it, because I've had one friend that told me, like, oh yeah, I just like to do them for fun, like the interviews and stuff. And I was like, I don't know how you do that for fun, because I'm like terrified every time I do it. My head was whirlwind. I'd actually gotten a job as a robotics detective, temporary assistant, and now we're already off to work the case. This is going to be interesting. I wish I could work this job. That sounds fun. We arrived at the Refined Coffee and Bakery in no time at all. The door was unlocked, and we entered. In the middle of the floor, no! In the middle of the floor lay a crumpled body of feminine figured robot. A pool of oil seeped words seeped from the gaping hole in the back of her head. I can read. It's fine. Her limbs twitched. Her optics sparked. And low, droning hum hissed from her vocalizer. I could hear where she was saying, clash, clash, clash. Sal. Why does Sal sound so familiar? But I don't know if we've ever heard of this girl. A continuous pleading loop. Oop. The manager, a kind but heartbroken old man, sat in the chair next to the sorry sight. He started to stand where we entered, but Clash monitored him to stay seated, motioned him. You see, what monster would do this? Clash knelt to the robot's head. Oh, Sal. Such a sad, heartbroken whimper. Clash, Clash, Clash. Are you gonna be okay, Clash? What happened, Mr. David? Yeah, I guess we're gonna start investigating him. The manager leveling a long, hard look at me. I am an assistant, as if he knew me from somewhere. You two know each other? I come in here for coffee all the time, right, Mr. David? The manager slowly nodded. Do you expect me? Do you think it's me that did this? I didn't do crap, I just got here. Started learning your name under these circumstances, sir. How long has Sal been here? I'd reckon Sal's been here for a few hours, and nobody else called? I got an alarm that she was damaged, and I rushed over as fast as I could. Sal was just a great help around the cafe. She was such a sweetheart. I can't believe anybody would do this to her. Clash, Clash, Clash. And I knelt next to Clash. Look, I'm a little lost. What's up, Sal? Oh, what's up with Sal? Besides the fact that she's been permanently disabled? Clash's sarcastic tone quickly softened. Signature automated lens hose. Those were her specialty. Okay. Sal blended in with the human crew like she's always been here. She danced as she worked. He lowered his head. And she's always been the kindest, world's and most warm cup of oil for me. Okay. Probably an old flame, I'm guessing. He chuckled. Oh, no. I don't have the drive for that. No, she was just kind of a friend to me. A beautiful beacon of light in this dark city. He tilted his head, pausing thoughtfully. Maybe there was a spark of some sorts after all. He shook his head. Not that it matters anymore. Dang. Clash felt around the back of Sal's head. I don't know what exactly he did. He pulled some wires, pressed a button, but Sal stopped. She stopped twitching, sparking, speaking. The flickering lights over. He just straight up pulled the plug, man. In like an actual sense. How dare he? That's so sad. Oh well. The silence was just eerie, as her last echoing moments. Rest easy, Sal. Dang, straight up finished the job. He placed a gentle hand on her forehead. I let him have the moment of silence with Sal. After that moment passed, Clash stood up and addressed the manager. Sir, I'll need you to give me as much detail as you can. Anything suspicious leads up to Sal's death. Death? You mean that this is like a murder? What did you expect? Did you not see like her screen broken, oil everywhere? Do you think she just slept? Actually, I guess she could have slept. But no, that's probably not. The police station told me it was just vandalism. Oh, so you're reducing her as if she's just an object. I see how it is. Put her down like old Yeller. No. The station was technically right. Glee, someone smashing up a public service robot like this falls under vandalism laws. And considering how commonplace vandalism is in the city, I'd wager that station put Sal's case pretty low on their priority list. I'm guessing so. That's exactly what happened. Clash folded his arms, thinking. But I think we can all agree this is not petty vandalism. This level of violence toward a humble latte brewing bot? He shook his head. This is an act of spiteful violence, not spiteful rebellion. And if Sal wasn't sentient already, she was certainly on the verge of becoming so. In my opinion, this was murder. And in the law's opinion, that doesn't matter. Does science matter in a situation like this? Are you sure murder, vandalism can be pretty spiteful? Guess we're gonna say if science matters, because honestly, I don't think it does in the law. Scientist marks the difference between a toaster and a person. And how do you know that Sal was sentient? It was in the little things she would say and do. Non-sentient robots can't vary from their pre-programmed tasks. Okay. She was made to make coffee, and that was it. But she would jump up to help people clean tables and floors. She would cheerfully chat about the weather and whoever they asked. And she would dart outside to give me a hug anytime she walked past me in the window. That sounds like a genuine affection. It sure does, doesn't it? It's serious then. I wonder what the line that would make, because surely, like, you know, if we convict whoever did this of murder, that's gonna go to case and probably have to be written into like the common laws. So I wonder what they'd make the line for like yes or no. Honestly, it might even go up all the way to the freaking Supreme Court. I don't know. No, because I feel like it's like a couple times before that happens. But I just don't know what the line between like, oh, okay, yeah, definitely sentient, between not. Because like she could start to help out helping people, but I don't know if that'd constitute it necessarily. If this is on the same level as murder, whoever did this would strike again. Would they not go after a human? Maybe not. Maybe it's just towards robots, just like the policeman. That depends on their motives. Do you know anything that could help us pin down these motives? The manager thought long and hard. I'm guessing they just don't like robots, right? Well, I'm trying to remember what happened recently. Dude, what if like the guy previously, the one that not got out of jail, the one that got arrested, the police officer, what if he like came back to like start hunting down the robots, or like got a bounty hunter for them? I feel like that would be a thing in this world. Well, I'm trying to remember what happened recently. Took time for, just tell us what you know. The manager narrowed his eyes at me. I'm gonna be a little bit more mean toward this run, but we're gonna push through it. There was a hint of distrust in his voice. Clash watched with me with interest. Maybe he was just judging how I could handle the situation so that I could balance his approach to my own. That'd be interesting. I believe I've gotten the alarm on that door to open around 5 this morning. I was on my way here to cover the morning shift. I had stopped by to text my grandmother, she's an early riser, and then I got to the other alarm a few minutes later. That cell had been gone offline. A door alarm on the top of the robot. Damage alarm? That's quite a few alarms. Can never be too careful in the city, and yet you don't have a camera in here to like say, okay, yeah, that's who. I feel like even just regular bars have cameras, dude. Where is yours? Especially with the technology that we clearly have, you have to have had a camera. Sal usually worked alone, right? Certainly. We rarely get customers late at night, so I figured Sal can handle it on her own. That's smart. I mean, she's a robot. She functions better than that late at night than any human could anyways. Or she did. Wow. Just not even gonna try to repair her at this point, I see. You mentioned that the door was unlocked. Right, I thought that maybe at first it was break-in a few that threw the alarms off. But then when I got here, the only thing that was broken was Sal. Oh. The windows were intact and the door was undamaged. I wonder if they stole anything. So who did this, it had to have walked right through the front door. Who has a key? All my human employees. Clash snapped his finger excitedly. That's the sort of information I was looking for. Wait, so I was thinking this is going to be like a 24-hour kind of bar where, like, you know, people would just come in. I didn't know that people weren't able to come in. Or else why would you even have her here in the first place? You have a log of everybody on staff? I do, but I can't imagine any of the employees doing such a thing. Wait, what are you planning to do, Clash? We'll interrogate the employees and cross-reference their testimonies. We'll put an answer out, pull an answer out of this in no time. Why are we just jumping straight to the interrogations? Shouldn't we spend some time observing the crime scene? If Clash had a proper face, I had the feeling that he'd be grinning ear to ear. Kid, I've been scanning this scene the whole time you've been here. Oh, that's true. Yeah, you've probably been recording. Whoever did this cleaned up after themselves quite well. No fingerprints, no murder weapon, no footprints. Not much going here. At this point, interrogations would be our best bet. You should start with the manager. He's probably suspicious to me. Dang. The manager gave me a look. I just feel like the manager does not like me. I can never go back to this bar. Oh my god. I have an alibi. I was there. I was on the way there. Texted my granddaughter. Oh god. You have any proof of that? I hope you're not threatening me, friend. I smiled, trying to seem less confrontational. Not at all. And the manager pulls out his phone in his pocket. Look, you can check my phone. I was confirming everything. Thank you, sir. Clash pulled out a cord from the back of his head and plugged it into the phone. Oh my god, he's just gonna go straight in there. After a few months, he removed the cord. The manager's story lines up the timestamps and the texts. You gleaned everything that quickly? Clash patted me on the shoulder. Don't be jealous, kiddo. I mean, yeah, it's not that hard. Just look through the phone. Even with a human, you just straight up do it. It's not that big of a deal. Clash headed towards the staff computer. He pulled out the cord from the back of the head again and plugged it in the machine. I'm downloading a copy of the staff records. Hopefully that's okay. Whatever you need to do to apprehend the criminal. I feel like we should give manager a voice, even though we're probably not going to hear him very much. I should let you know that the two of the employees, Nathan and Michael, have been out for town for a few days. That marks them off as suspect list then. Makes my life easier. Unless they're, you know, out for a few days to do this in the first place. Suddenly, Clash froze and cocked his head to the side. He seemed puzzled. Is there a problem? No, he was just looking at me. I could figure out he was thinking of something. Thinking or feeling. He removed the cord from the computer. At least, not yet. Just something strange about the data. I'd like to speak to 3 employees in the town before you do anything else. Sir, please stay here and give me a call if you see anything suspicious. Should I move? The manager gestured towards Sal. Leave her there for now. Worst case scenario, we'll have to come back here and start again from scratch. But if all goes well, we'll have another murder apprehended in no time. Doesn't that sort of thing usually take days? Not when there's a robot detective and his trusty human assistant working together on the case. Didn't it take us, like, several days to get that first murder done? I wouldn't say that with ease. Why? Eyeless and I cracked our first case within a day once we started working together. Okay, once we started working together. Wait. That took longer than a day. I remember sleeping through it. Good to know. Okay, whatever. Clash tipped his hat to the manager. We'll be in touch. Unless they mean, like, you know, first murder after the incident. But I don't know. He whisked me out the door. The manager didn't have a chance to reply. Once on the sidewalk, Clash tried his face towards the sun. Glad it's such a nice day. Dark and depressing days may set the mood for a murder mystery, but couldn't handle that sort of heartbreak right now. Not with Sal involved. Why are you making such a big deal out of this? Can't somebody just fix her? Exactly. That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh my god, the guy's not even, like, gonna try to, like, reboot her in any sort of way. Okay, I see how it is. Clash glared at me. You don't get looked at the damage, did you? I didn't, no. There isn't a robotic alive in that. A roboticist alive that could bring her back. I shrank from his cold anger. Clash cleared his throat. No time for that now. Does she not just have, like, a hard drive unless, like, maybe the oozing oil or whatever messed that up, maybe? I thought that there were 5 employees still working there. 2 of them, Michael and Nathan, were out of town. That gives them 2 solid alibis. I don't think that's very solid. Because I want proof that they're even out of town in the first place. So they're not on the list of suspects. They were on my list. Thank you very much. Makes sense, I suppose. That leaves Jenny, Eric, and Victoria. Any of you want to visit first? Why are you asking me? Let's just say I'm looking for some human intuition here. Okay, no pressure there. I thought long and hard who we should talk to. I feel like Victoria's a very suspicious name in general. Let's go there. We always got... I just feel like she's the most bad guy name out of that list. Oh, she's so dead. So she's dead. Bit Marvel dead, just dead. ×2, no Calf. Yeah, I think she is dead ×2. No Loki coming back, man. We'll see, though. I don't know. Maybe. Our journey brought us back to the humble apartment complex. Okay, she's a plant mom as well. The halls were surprisingly clean. The staff were surprisingly pleasant, considering that the part of town we're just located in. Oh, okay. I don't know why, for some reason, I didn't expect it to be a human, but obviously it said it was a human, so I don't know. Victoria lived on the 4th floor. She was quick to answer her door when Clash knocked. Her eyes were puffy and her nose was red, but she tried to mask it with a big smile. Please, come in. Sorry about the mess. We made her way past millions of plants. Why couldn't I say that? She led us to her couch and she asked us to take a seat. Can I get you 2 anything? Coffee? Beer? Oil? You're just gonna give out free beer? Okay. Oh, no thank you, ma'am. She turned to me expectedly. I'm good. Works for me. She took a seat in the chair across from us. So, are you guys here about Sal? How'd you know? Well, I'd call in to make sure Sal was still good to cover my shift. The manager told me that what happened and that you 2 would be coming over. Her voice croaked and she covered her mouth. Her eyes well with tears as she avoided the gaze to try to recollect herself. You might be acting sad, but it's just... You could be an actor, you can be, you know, sad about maybe a mistake of accidentally killing her. Who knows? I don't know. What if she got blackmailed and, like, was told to murder her? That'd be something else. You seem quite upset. Victoria nodded. Clash reached down and touched her other hand, resting on her knee. You can talk to me about it. I'm a good listener. She sighed and tried to speak while holding back tears. I just get along really well with Sal. Better than I do with people. And I liked her a lot, you know? She let out a heartbreaking sob and buried her face into the Clash. So I was like so confused at like what the running was. I was like, oh god, go away. Just gonna attack. Full and just like pounced him, dude. Football tackle. She let out a heart-throbbing sob. Okay. I can't believe she's gone. Who would do this to her? That's what we're here to find out. Exactly. We'll do whatever we can to bring back the responsible one to justice. I just need you to take a few deep breaths and calm down. Is that okay, Miss Victoria? She sat up, wiped her tears from her eyes, took a deep breath, and nodded. I'll try. And you can call me Vic. I don't like you. I don't like how fast that was. Thank you for your cooperation, Vic. You can call me Victoria. Oh. Well, excuse me, princess. I didn't... Well, whatever. Screw you too, I guess. Not instead of a bit. Oh, okay, I see. Her hard drive got wet. Yeah, I think her hard drive did get wet. I'm gonna assume that. Because it didn't say exactly what was wrong, but, like, she did have, like, stuff oozing out of her, so... I looked away awkwardly. Okay. Freaking Victoria. Miss Victoria. Clash pulled back and settled in her spot. I would say your Miss last name, but I didn't care enough to remember your last name, so screw you. Even more. Clash pulled back and settled the spot again. You mentioned you needed Sal to cover your shift. May I ask why? I had a project I needed to finish. Is it plant gardening? It was actually a gift for her. I was making a little self-defense device. Oh, okay. Well, obviously that was too late. I'm on the night shift, so I know that customers can get a little weird at night. I figured the overnight shell shift would even get weirder. Looks like I was right. Don't blame yourself. Blame yourself completely. Or maybe do. Yes. We'll not be that mean. I don't want like the, you know, case to just completely get thrown out because we're like bullying this person for... I don't like you. I don't like you so much. Victoria seemed to be brightened up a little bit as the chance explain what she made. Well, it generates an electrical shock when the robot uses it. It's like making a closed circuit when somebody pushes a button. It's enough to stun anybody. Give the user enough time to get away from them. Why don't you just give her a regular taser? I feel like so it's a taser. Yeah, but it's only for robots. You're a regular engineer? Well, yeah. I wanted to go into engineering, but college life never worked out for me. Okay, so she's just in love with Clash. I guess she's bisexual for the robots. And all the good engineering jobs require a degree, so I just kept it as a hobby. You ever go out to help with Sal's maintenance? Well, a little bit. I mean, I never got too involved with her maintenance. That just seemed awkward. I would have seemed a little bit too, you know, I don't know, intimate? Yeah, that. I can see where poking around inside a robot you like would make you feel that way. Okay. Oh, good. So I'm not a weirdo. I mean, I'm probably a weirdo, but not in that case. Not in this case. Clash restrained a chuckle. Victoria looked at the ground. You know, if you're the robot I think you are, Sal spoke very highly of you. Clash sat up a little bit taller. Did she now? She said you were brave and cool and kind. Clash readjusted to sat silently. She also used to try to set me up with you. What? I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like her. I don't like her. She would joke that if I didn't get with you, then she would. As she should have. I don't like you. I don't trust you. I didn't realize. Not until it was too late anyway. I'm sorry. What if she killed her out of spite for like, wanting to be with Clash? I don't trust you, man. I don't freaking trust you. She definitely did it, or at least needs benefit from it. She's mechanic sexual, just like a smart sim no one likes. Yeah, like I said, yeah. I don't like you. You're just a no in my book. I'm sorry. So am I. I'm sorry to have to do this too, but you're under arrest, man. There's no other way to put it. The way he looked at Victoria was very interesting. The thought smiled through his, what? Oh, okay. We're just gonna skip that sentence. I was also concerned that we were getting too distracted. I decided to get us back on track. I hope all this eyelash batting isn't just a way of dodging your issue. Look, not to ruin the bonding, but I feel like you're avoiding the big question. Who even cares? Let's get back to the case. How about you shut up and talk about the issues at hand instead? I would be hostile. I really do want to be hostile. I just don't want to get kicked out of her house. We'll be a little bit compassionate. I can't say much else, honestly. I liked her a lot. I stayed home. I was going to give her a taser that I made for her, which, you know, that would be weird if I was going to give to her self-defense device just so she could hurt her later. Vic has a point. Vic has no points. Maybe, you know, the device could have been like a freaking bomb for all you know. You didn't even look into it, Clash. Stop. Stop being blinded by love, man. You can't. It'd make no sense to arm your victim before attacking them. Maybe she's lying. Maybe she is lying. I think she is lying. Victoria harmfed and stormed out of the room. She came back a few brief moments later with a gift box. Here's proof I'm telling the truth. That doesn't mean crap, dude. She opened a box to reveal a gray rectangle, the perfect size to fit in somebody's hand. Smartphone? The thing I made for Sal. Clash picked up the device. Good lord, you packed that with this much power into this? Believe me, it took a lot of finagling. Okay, so do you know that's actually a taser? You want Clash to test it and you see? He's the only one in this room that could use it. I didn't consent to this, but that was okay because I had decided I didn't want to risk it. Clash placed the taser back in the gift box. Yeah, dude. Just, she's so creepy. I don't like her. Just go away. Thank you for your assistance, Vic. If we need any more information from you, we'll keep in touch. Thank you for stopping by. This was quite the most polite interrogation I've been a part of. I was so ready to actually yell at her though. Because in this situation, I wanted to be hostile, even though that's not usually my thing. I think she kind of deserved it, though. I hope it's been the only one. Look before you go. Oh, wait, look before you go. She took out the taser outside of the box and placed it in Clash's hands, wrapping them in her own. Please take it, Clash. I hope you didn't have to use it, but I want you to stay safe. Are you sure? I'm sure. Sal wouldn't mind. And you know, if you ever needed a secretary or something for your detective business, I'm looking for a second job. Screw you, I already got hired in your face. You can't see me, but I'm flipping her off. Screw you. I'll keep it in mind. Clash gently touched her shin. Here's looking at you, kid. Clash then turned to me. I've always wanted a chance to say that to a lovely lady. She's not a lovely lady. She's evil. You just can't see it, Clash. Wipe the smug grin off your face, dude. I'm not working for you at this point. I don't like this. Clash put the taser in his pocket as the widely blushing Victoria said her goodbyes. We stepped in the hallway. I closed our apartment's door behind us. You and her seemed to get along really well. We did. You know, I've always figured I could run the office mostly by myself and Eyeless, but a secretary could be nice. I'm your assistant! I'm gonna be your secretary! Screw her! You're gonna do this? You're gonna say that in front of me? Really? The audacity? Okay. But not at this moment. We have to crack Sal's first. Yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna be more prepared than she is, and will ever be. Thank you very much. A sparkle in her eye. That achievement. You guys can't even see the achievements pop up, but I'm mad. I thought long and hard about who we should talk to. Let's go Eric. Well, maybe we should just get the girls out of the way. No, we'll go Eric. That's fine. She wants his machine gun. Yes. the type of person who simps for phone guy in FNAF. Okay. So he's a person though. So that's okay. The device could have been faulty. She's trying to cover her butt. I think it probably is faulty. Or she wants his spear lens, if you know what I mean. I think she probably does, but I'm like thinking maybe she killed her friend, you know, to get with him. I know she's a red flag, but Clash is the only does need black and white. Okay, yeah. That's true. We left to find Eric. Bro, Eric lives a freaking mansion, dude. Look at this. He has a whole tower. That's a whole kingdom right there. Why you got a watchtower? Eric's house was quite fancy. It does look fancy. Far fancier than I thought for a common barista could have ever afforded. Exactly. Eric quickly, especially somebody that looks like that, what the heck? You're not even like dressed in like anything good. You're not gonna like come out here with like a fur coat or whatever with this giant castle you got. Eric quickly brigaded out of the house and down the stairs towards us. His eyes were angry and distrustful. Yeah, I completely trust you. For some reason. As he came closer, Clash raised a hand in friendly greeting. I think I just trust him because I didn't like the other girl so much. That greeting quickly turned into a disarming voice. Or disarming move from Eric pointed a gun at him. Oh. I was barely able to register that Eric was armed when Clash wrestled the gun away from him. Well, that got from 0 to 100 real fast. Turn up the music a bit. Good God, man. Clash glared at the man in disbelief, unloading the gun and then pickpocketing both it and the bullets. Is that how you greet somebody? It's how I greet trespassers, yeah. I don't know what voice to give you. Now give me back my gun. Should I give him like a southern? Absolutely not. Now, if you'll take a couple of deep breaths, we'll ask you a few questions about Sal, the robot at your workplace. Now, why would I be answering anything? I'm not scared of you. He doesn't even look southern, but we're gonna give him a minute anyways. Where were you this morning? Waiting for my shift to start. Which apparently isn't gonna happen now. They're treating a smashed up robot like it's a murder. In this case, it is. Eric flinched and clashed his voice. He's a Republican. Don't talk to me, I know what you are. Is that so? And pray tell that I am. A crime investigation assistance automata. Eric laughed. They're supposed to be chase criminals into areas into too dangerous for officers, yeah. Obnoxious little twats. Oh, so you're British. Okay. I can change this. Piece some CIAs down yourself. How do I do British? I was a rowdy kid in my high school. No, it's still freaking southern. It's gonna be the same thing of the I can't do a Bronx accent, a New York accent. Let's see. Harry Potter. Okay, I got this. I was a rowdy kid in high school, so of course I did. That explains the warm welcome. Never... a little that I had to do Harry Potter for that. Never really outgrew that, huh? I was a bit confused. Class used to be simple pursuer robot. How does the basic robot like that become capable of complex activities like detective work? Clash straightened up, looking at Eric in the eye. If you know what I am, then, and what I can do, why are you being so difficult? Eric fell quietly. His eyes darted around nervously. So how about this? You knock it off the attitude and you can give me straightforward answers, or else the chase begins. And how do you think the outcome... You can outrun me at your age now. Oop, he just called him old. I see your point, sir. Yes, I will cooperate. You're gonna have like 50 different accents. I'm so sorry, dude. I work the day shift while my wife is at the power plant. It gives me something to do. I never actually gotten to meet Sal since she was on the overnight shift. Now, I did talk to Victoria a few times. She does have the shift right before Sal's. You might have a better luck with her. So the drama, just to say I got nothing. Sorry, I don't have more, but again, I never met Sal. No idea why anybody would want to smash her up. Likely story. I think that freaking girl, Victoria, wants to smash her up, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. Eric narrowed his eye. I'm gonna freaking smash her, though, in the face if she ever sees me again. I swear, I'm still so mad at the interaction. Eric narrowed his eyes at me. Do I know you? Yes. Not to be rude, but I think you're hiding something. I understand your misgivings. I'd hide some things too. You're obviously hiding something. Might as well share. You think you could hide stuff from us? I'm not gonna be too hostile with you. I'll just be indifferent. Eric was not easily impressed with my deadpan delivery. I got nothing else for you, Juck. If I did, I'd share it. The CIA made it clear what would happen if I didn't. And it wouldn't make sense for me to destroy a robot I never met. There'd be no reason for it. And yet you were quick to draw Glenn and Clash. Because your friend there is the CIA. I knew what those can do. I don't know anything else about Sal. Clash tapped me on the shoulder before I can continue. We're done here, Betty. Eric pretty obviously has nothing else for us. Let's move on. Finally, you two are leaving me alone. Stick around. Maybe we'll need to speak to you again, depending on how the other interrogations go. Or if you could think of anything, give me a call. Clash jammed his business card into Eric's shirt pocket. Sure, whatever. Just go. Clash tipped his hat politely to Eric as he stormed back into his house. Once we were out of the earshot, Clash turned to me. He's kind of a twat, isn't he? Oh, no, you're British too? I didn't know this. Oh, God. Ugh. That's okay. I'm not going to do a British voice for you. I shrugged. I didn't know the guy well enough to make any conclusion about his personality. Clash tentatively froze. Are you okay? What's up? Clash patted his pocket. I just realized I still have Eric's pistol and bullets. I paused. I shouldn't have sniggered, and yet I did. We should, I don't know, return them? Clash thought his answer over. Then he shrugged. You know what? Screw it. He was so irresponsible with this gun. I don't really want to return it to him. I don't think he should have him back. He has my card. If he wants him back so badly, he can come to my office and pick it up. Clash patted his pocket again. Plus, I have a gut feeling that we may need this. For the next girl, obviously. To shoot her. His ominous words sent a chill down my spine. I tried to play it off with humor. I always thought you needed a gun to have a gut feeling. Oh, you need a gut to have a gut feeling. Common misconception. We continued towards the next step of our investigation. I thought long and hard about who we should talk to. Paranoid delusional. Okay. I don't know what that achievement is supposed to mean, but okay. Jenna. Laughs like a box of chocolates. Never know what you're gonna get. Especially if not freaking these people, obviously, pulling a gun out at us and one flirting. I don't even want to know what Jenny's gonna be like. I feel like she might be the good one, because this looks like a university. I feel like she'll just be like a smart person. Okay, wait, what did you guys say? Machine gun. No, keep the southern. Okay, next time we go to Eric, I'll make sure. How do I do British southern accent? I'm so sorry. I don't know why. It's hard for me to do accents if I'm not like, thinking about like what I'm doing. And then like last time I told Secret, like, because he watched the Later Alligator stream, I was trying to do it with him and I couldn't as well until I was like, I'm walking here. And then I was like, oh, you know what? That would have been so much better to just switch into that accent if I just did that in the first place. But I'll make sure to make Eric Southern next time I see him. Wish I saw that before I did his entire dialogue in British. In British, yes. Jenny was a student at Gamewood High School. Yo! Maybe she's a gamer. Maybe this is gonna be like, oh, what is that one thing called? Like, with DK, you know, the Drift King, and I don't remember. Video Game High School. I think it's just what it's called. Maybe it's like that. We'll pretend it's that. We went to the school to find her. I like her. She looks cool. She looks nice. Just channel Dan from Dan and Phil and it'll be fine. That's true. Yeah. I think Harry Potter. I think I could do that. And I think I could get into my British pretty easily with that. The receptionist was skeptical of us. A robot and a confused 36-year-old. I'm 36 in this, holy crap. Also, that's a receptionist? I thought that was her. Hello, ma'am. I need to speak with Jenny Naylor. A co-worker of hers at cafe was seriously damaged. I am helping to question her and track down the culprit. Why should I believe you? He showed her his badge. Oh, you're the robot detective. I thought this was some elaborate prank. Our robotics club is a mischievous bunch. I'll keep an eye out for them. Now may we speak to Jenny? Fine. Please wait in the office. I'm gonna keep saying her name like Jenny from the, I don't know. Why am I like forgetting all these references in my head? Like I have it clearly. That's Forrest Gump. That's what his name is. I'll be right outside the door. He always called his girlfriend Jenny. The receptionist guided us to the front office. The receptionist called Jenny to the front office. Jenny arrived a few moments later, chipper and true. I mean, she looks nice too. But she narrowed her eyes at us when she saw us. Is something up? I just want to ask you a few questions. What for? Did I do something wrong? Sal was destroyed earlier this morning, and we need to speak to the employees. Do you have the time of a quick interview? Sure. I don't like the stuttering, as if you are like one of those ooh characters, but okay. I should do her, not an ooh voice, but you know, like that one trend that's like going around that's like really like expressive. Oh, too bad you can't see that in my VTuber. I really need arms. I was surprised at Jenny's quick agreement. Apparently she has a little problem with being interviewed by a robot detective. Considering the glare that she cast at me, she wasn't as secure around human assistants. Oh, okay. Why is everybody so weary of me? Bro. We sat around the desk. Clash and Jenny were on the side, and I was on the other. You work down at Renfield, correct? Yes, work at part-time. Did you ever work with Sal, the robot? No, I only knew of her, but I didn't work with her. I had the evening shift. She had the overnight shift. There's a whole 4-hour shift between us that I never worked. Mr. David isn't able to have more than one of us at his shift. You weren't mad at Sal for any reason, were you? Gosh, no. I got nothing against robots. You didn't even meet Sal? Are you sure? Absolutely sure. I could never work at the same evening shift on account of my school and all. It's real tough. I need the money to help my mama. Your mother? I hate this voice that I gave her. Me trying to give her like the typical anime voice. Like the NPC streamers, exactly the NPC streamers. She's real sick. Dad isn't around to take care of her anymore, so I gotta help pay bills. That must be hard for you. I'm tough. You know, the robot parts sell for a lot. Jenny glared at me again. Oh, you know like that one girl, Stanzy. She always does the anime voice. I love her. Oh, what are you getting at? I could definitely do like that kind of voice for her. Let's see. Don't take it personally, but I'm wondering if maybe you tried to scrap Skull for parts. These other parts could have helped around money troubles. You need extra money. Cut the crap. I think you're just trying to. I mean, I'm not gonna be super hostile towards everybody, but you need extra money. Except next time, you know what? I'm fine with being hostile. What's her name? Victoria. I'm fine with being hostile next time we see her. Look, I understand you're going through there were parts could have spent money troubles. I'm not going to destroy somebody's property just to pay my mom's bills. Not to imply that all robots are property. If Clash was offended, he'd show some sort of sign of it. And even if I literally couldn't do it. Look at my arms. There's no muscle here. Sal was taken out with a baseball bat. And with the right baseball bat, even a girl your size can take out a robot of Sal's size. Nothing to it. What time did you go to school this morning? Clash questioned her. I didn't read the last line. About 7:15. I just wanted to squeeze some studying in the library before school started. And how'd you get here? You can drive? Oh, I'm still too young to drive. I rode my bike. Are you below 15? Are you just 15? How long does that take you? You look like freaking 30, man. What the? About an hour. Ooh, that's quite the commute. Oh, I don't mind at all. I love riding my bike. Still, if it takes you that long, then would you ever been traveling? Wait, she is a high schooler, right? I guess that makes sense. Still, if it takes you that long, then why would you ever be traveling with Sal when he was killed? She was killed. Excuse me? Miss Receptionist? What? What? Sorry, I never caught your name, Miss. Clash checked her name tag. And Amari? in Anna Marie. Okay. Anna Marie, could you bring us the roster for whoever Miss Naylor's first class was? Certainly, give me a moment. Not implying that your story is false, Jenny. Just making sure that you have physical proof. Jenny nodded and understood. You jump to conclusions pretty fast, don't you, Elise? Yes. Okay, no, I did get the name right. For a second, I was thinking I got my own name wrong again, but I'm gonna have to keep switching back and forth. This sucks. Okay. Was swiftly accounting for a small teenage girl really the smart move, though? I smiled sheepishly, rather than silly, for pointing fingers so quickly. I mean, you never know, because the people at my school, like, first off, okay, both you being obviously at the same school we went to, there was that one kid in band that was literally gonna shoot up the school. So things could happen. Second of all, I've seen middle schoolers try to sell me weed and stuff like that. They've showed it to me before. So not gonna, you know, not too far off for, hey, I'm gonna steal this. Also, when the Chromebooks came out, so many of those went missing. And I guarantee you, like, there were kids just selling those. Like, it's bound to happen, you know? Kids are crappy. You never know. Find the NPC streamers a bit weird, but you get your money for what's in recession. Yeah, for real. Weed? Yeah, I was gonna say the name, but there was a kid in middle school, which I can tell you about after this, that they were like showing me their weed because they were a weed dealer. Don't forget the overdose. Many kids overdosed, especially like after graduation. I think even one kid overdosed, and I was just like, oh my god, like holy crap, dude. Weird. Still not even full adults and this was happening. Lovely. Dude, the kid that showed me the weight was not even 13 when he was doing that. But I mean, okay then. He has a child now too. I'm pretty sure, which is the surprising part. He's just fully married. He went to juvie for a bit and then went to the military and got married. And I was just like, okay, you know what? You flipped your life around. That's good for you. Maybe not. I don't know. You know, his life, obviously. But seemed like he's doing well now. Let's see. The receptionist returned with her roster. As you can see here, Jenny got here at 7:10. You're about 5 minutes off, kid. And I see here it's mentioned she arrived on her bike. The school keeps good track of its students. Why are you keeping track if the students are on their bike or not? That's slightly creepy. Thank you, Mr. Robot. Clash is just fine. Well, Miss Naylor, I will need to go over my notes, but may we be back later? Hopefully not, but maybe. I'll help any way I can. If your friend can calm down, that is. Okay, screw you too. I hate both the girls in this game. Boy, my face is red. Clash left the room, tipping his hat to both Jenny and the receptionist. I followed him, avoiding eye contact. So far, man, I just don't like anybody that works in this freaking bar over here. Well, that was illuminating. We didn't really need to learn anything new. Not about the case, about you. I waited to see if you'd elaborate. He didn't. That was interesting. I thought long and hard about who we should talk to. Just a small town girl. Just a small town girl. Oh, living in a lonely world. But we won't go there. I think that was everybody. I think so too. Now what? Let's head back to my agency. I'm thinking. Okay. We walked back together and back to the alley that hosted Clash's detective agency. Clash stopped before me as we went in. We've talked to all three employees. Considering what all you've heard, who do you think is the most likely to have killed Sal? That was an interesting question. I thought back over our adventure and decided. Victoria 100%. Vic? She really had strong feelings for Sal that she didn't entirely know how to deal with. Love makes people do crazy things. Plus, I know she said the taser wouldn't work on robots, but I suspect she was lying. That could make a good murder weapon right there. That's an interesting theory, my friend. The silence was hung thick and around us. I just can't read. Would you like to hear my theory? I shrugged. You see, the employees of the refined coffee and bakery all have parts of their story that don't quite line up. Jenny is too small, Eric's too scared, Vic is too gentle. I wouldn't call her that, but she seems a little pushy. It's fine if you want to call that gentle. The other two aren't even in the area. All 5 of the current employees are, in my humble opinion, in the clear. Yeah, if I'm going to be honest, I really don't think it's going to be any of them, but I'm going to still point my fingers at Vic. But there was a 6th employee. What are you talking about? The name was right here on the employee's computer back in the cafe, under the tag of former employees. Recently. Let's go. Get. Recently let go. Oh my god. 2, give him the dates. I felt my breath catch my throat. This poor employee was stuck on the overnight shift. The manager decided to replace that person with a robot. Dang, that sucks. A robot has no risk of late night exhaustion after all. Why did I give that an accent? What the heck? What? And it'd really be better for the human employee, now former employee, to go back to finding work at a mere humane time of day. Of course, the fired coffee maker didn't see it that way. That was their job, and they just lost it to a machine. Maybe they didn't realize that she was a sentient, maybe not. Whether they knew of her and whether their full motive, whatever their full motive, they went into a baseball bat and took her right out. Clash stood closer to me. His optic peered into my eyes. But there's part of my theory. I'm getting hung up. You know what that is? The fact that we didn't talk to any of the other people about the actually other employees to see what they do. Okay, we just skip that, but it's fine. No, sir. Well, I'll tell you. Why would that former employee try to get a job as a robot? My heart sank. My mouth felt clammy. I didn't do crap, man. Public school, man. Yeah. Vic is still trying to get Clash's hard drive, so she's flipping us. Oh, I think she is still sus, but holy crap, was that... Was that a plot twist? My heart sank. My mouth felt clammy. I don't know what to say. My best guess is that this person would be trying to cover their tracks while buddying up to the robot who would be trying to solve the case. After all, who better to solve a robot murder than a robot detective? Oh, that's why the guy was so mad at me the entire time. Oh, that's why everybody hated me, probably. I'm the problem. Oh, I'm the problem. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. Oh, God. Maybe this person even heard about the robot's very first case, where he balanced his tactics to his assistants. Maybe if they played their cards right, they would manipulate him into being too soft, too hearted to prosecute, or even suspect them. Of course, the problem is that there is one robot detective far more experienced now than he was then. He's developed his tactics and didn't play along, playing against his assistants much more. His thirst for vengeance won't be swayed. Whoa. Maybe the music's too loud. I'm gonna turn that down a bit. Bro, we the killer. Well, I mean, we might not be. Who knows? Not even by his own assistant. Now the detective wouldn't want you to believe that. Who would be so ballsy to be so stupid? And in this situation, I'm sure the detective decided to keep an eye on his assistant, see what little slip-ups they would have escaped that person's mouth. Is it because we try to be a little bit more aggressive this time? Oh, God. The biggest reveal that might have been is that they knew that Sal hadn't been hit with a baseball bat, even though no one ever mentioned that murder weapon. Wait. The biggest reveal have been that they knew Sal had been hit with a baseball bat, even though no one had ever mentioned a murder weapon. That's what I was thinking about, because at first when we were talking to the high schooler, they were like, oh, you could have hit them with a baseball bat. And I was like, I didn't even know that, you know, that was like what caused it. But then he just kind of like Clash went wrong with it. And I was like, okay, I guess so. So I guess, yeah. There's also the fact that they knew that the manager's name, and that manager seemed to be threatened by them. The other employees seemed to have a vague sense of recognition towards the assistants as well. And who couldn't forget all the times the assistant pointed fingers at the culprits with barely any proof? Of course, this is just a theory. The key issue, besides the idea of becoming the detective's assistant, is that I don't know what that person's motive would be. What exactly would drive a person to let themselves into a cafe, smash up the robot, cover up the tracks, and then assign themselves to their own case? Well, my friend, what do you have to say to that? I knew I was caught. Dang, we just... Okay, that's fine. We're good. Okay, wait, I have an emote for this. I don't remember which emote it is. There we go. Oh god. He's on to us. Chat. I didn't think Clash would figure out that I was the one that destroyed. Oh my god. It gets thicker and thicker. Which is interesting. I decided that the best thing to do now was confess. Mostly compassionate. Okay. Sal could never have done my job right. Ooh. How would you have known? You haven't even seen her work. I really am the freaking evil version of myself. My job involved lending a listening ear, especially in the early hours of the morning. That's when the saddest people would walk in. I had to learn to be compassionate to everybody who came through. But a robot like Sal couldn't be compassionate. That's what I thought anyways. But the manager completely replaced me with her. That made me so heartbroken. How can I help our customers if I was fired? So I killed Sal. It hurt my heart, but it was for the best. If she was gone, I could come back. I could even do more good with my genuine emotions than she could ever do with her synthetic ones. I thought that my empathetic nature would be an appeal to you. I thought that you would understand. I paused, and then I shrugged. But yes, it was me. I killed your darling girlfriend, Sal. So, what are you gonna do about it? Dang. That's what I've been asking myself. Your story, quite frankly, was bullshit. You may believe your motives, but that doesn't make what you did right. I can't let you leave this alley. You may take your logic of yours and apply it to somebody else. The way I see it, we have two options. He pulled the taser that Victoria... Oh my god. Oh my god, he has a gun. Bro. On the other hand, the right thing to do would just be to subdue you and turn you in. You get your trial, maybe do some time into severe vandalism. Whatever happens, people will know who you really are, a selfish psychopath. Clash then placed the taser in the crook of his elbow and pulled the gun that he had wrestled away from Eric in the right pocket. He slowly reloaded the gun while he spoke. Okay, I'm gonna get shot in this instance. Just a bit. 'Tis a flesh wound, it's fine. On the other hand, you killed Sal. She was somebody I cared about. She didn't deserve that, what you did to her. And as the old human saying goes, an eye for an eye. Didn't in the last thing you say that you didn't want an eye for an eye? I don't know about that one. Oh my god, and we're fighting a robot. He has no emotions. Oh my god, this is gonna go so bad. I can get revenge on you here now. The only downside would be taking my first human life. Exactly. I looked around for an escape, but Clash had backed me against a wall. My only escape was whatever Clash chose for me. He looked at the taser and the gun in his hand, then he slowly looked at me. I didn't know what he was thinking. I didn't know if he would kill me or arrest me. He didn't know either. I'm gonna make a decision. A decision for Sal. A decision for me. It needs to be done. Could I make that decision? Please? I'll go to jail, man. Clash shook his head desperately. But God, I wish you hadn't done it. You could have made a great assistant. I could still make a great assistant. Oh my God. He aimed both tools at me, his hands slightly shaking as he argued with himself. On the count of 3, I will make my decision. 1, 2. The sun rose higher behind me. I feel like he's just gonna tase me. I closed my eyes and signed as Clash finished his countdown. 3. Or maybe nothing at all. So you had this other assistant backed into the alley? Oh! Wait, is this supposed to be me? I totally hated on myself. Yep. You pulled a gun on Elise? Oh, okay, no, I'm still just a shadow. And a taser, don't forget your part. Don't forget that part. Jeez, I missed out a lot. Finished up my criminal justice degree. I see that. Why didn't you tell me any of this before? I didn't want to worry or you disturb your studies. It all ended fine anyways. I hate that she's here though. She's probably the assistant. Can we fire her? I'm gonna do just fine. Speaking of ending, what did you do to Elise? That was for me to know. You ever gonna tell me that one day? Nope. Okay, good to know. Good to know that I'm probably just gonna get shot one day. No, it's okay. I think I'll be fine. He hasn't told me either. And I've been his secretary / temp assistant for quite a while now. I hate you, go away. You'd think he would share. He can be pretty stubborn. Are you two going to keep gossiping about me like this as if I'm not here? Probably. Hey Vic, did you get in touch with your sister? Who's her sister? What? Nice interchange. Okay. No, I haven't been able to reach her. I'd get in contact with one of my other family friends who still lives close to her. Apparently she spent her Christmas with a mono-eyed robot guy. Oh. You two have similar taste in friends. Yeah, pretty much. But anyways, now that you're caught up. Christmas came early. Okay. I'm glad that you're back, Alice. I'm glad to be back, Clash. I'm just glad to be here. I don't want you to be here. Wonderful. You know, you know what would have even made me gladder? Oh boy, here we go again. Probably if the girl didn't die, right? Wait, what? Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been trying to go on a date with Clash for quite some time. Really now. Not necessarily a romantic date. I'd be happy if just a friendship date. I just wanted to spend time with him and get to know him on a non-work environment. But this guy, look, I don't despise the idea. A part of me even likes the idea. Clash, I hate this idea. I'm going to tell you that right now. I just have misgivings. Oh boy, here we go again. Remember the case that we were just discussing about Sal's murder? Or remember how dangerous our case together on the cruise ship was? Assistant of mine? You really think I can get involved with somebody in this line of dangerous work? I'm gonna say maybe, because I'm gonna say surely not. I don't want to say surely. I'll expect Viv here. Boy, that logic clash. Why would you even hire me? Well, damn, you got me there. But look, I'm not interested in intimate contact. I'm not either. I mean, romance is cute, but I really don't need the rest of it. Oh good, she's ace. And did you miss the part where I said we can go on a friendship date? How many times has a friendship blossomed into romance? If it does, then it does. We can work it out. Well, maybe she's not. But how will we know if we didn't even try? He's got a point, Vic. No. Screw you. That's not going anywhere. No, he doesn't. And not only that, Vic does deserve better than me. But you are the best guy I've ever met. No. I'm a robot. And a guy. A very brave guy. A very cool guy. A very kind guy. I get it. What about Sal? We both lost her. And we're just clinging onto each other in desperation? You forget that Sal wanted me to go on this date with you. Oh god, that sounded like a guilt tripping, didn't it? Yes. No, it's okay. It didn't sound like that at all. You're fine. It sounded completely like that. I don't know, Vic. If I chaperoned, would you go? Can we just argue about this later? Can we argue about this never? Oh, of course not. Vic, you're as stubborn as I am. That's why we mesh so well. You're starting to... I just don't want to have this conversation at all. She's giving incel. It is giving a bit incel. Yeah. Okay, so we're just gonna stand there. Bro, throw some water on him. You think we had water? Whack. Vicky really wants to feel a system processor. Oh my god. Oh wait, no, I'm still nervous. I don't need to be nervous anymore. Now I'm just uncomfortable. I don't have an uncomfortable face. I guess I have a blushing face. There we go. Most likely, you're hilarious. I know. Now that that discussion is out of the way, thank God. Let's get back to work. Vic, you got those old case files sorted? I'm about halfway through. Okay, we can stop blushing. I'm about halfway through. Alice, monitor the analog news feeds. On it. I'll keep an eye on the digital feeds to see if anything comes up. Suddenly, he places a finger on his temple. What else? Oh, okay, all right. That's how he does his phone call. Every time he does that, I keep thinking, oh, he's like thinking about something, or maybe like something's going on, but nope, phone call. Clash speaking. Why don't you use the phone? Why don't they use the phone? It's right there. Wait, the automated teller did that? What? It's insane. I didn't realize they could reach that far. And with 12 bananas? 12 what? Yes, ma'am, we're on it. Clash lowered his hand. Well, Alice, it's time for the next adventure. Vic, we're heading out to the grocery store. Hold on, down the fort, please. Sure thing. Grab me some bananas while you're there, will you? Haha, no promises. They're probably smeared in blood by now. Whoa. I follow Clash into the alley. Hey, Alice. Yeah? It's good to have you back. It's good to be back. I already said that line. You've already said that line as well. Glad to hear it. There's something sad in his voice. Are you still thinking about it, Elise? I am. I can't believe that kid did all that. So not only... No, because you say kid, but I'm pretty sure I was like 37, right? That's what you said? Is that what betrayal feels like? I'd be surprised if it wasn't. I'm glad I can trust you. Let's hug him. I hug him tightly. He returns the hug. Thank you, Alice. Now let's get going. We got more mysteries to solve, and there is no other detectives I'd rather solve them with. I love that. All's well that ends well. No, I didn't even get to read the thing. Whatever. All right. I mean, well, that was the end of that, but I kind of wanted to... There is some trivia. See the behind the scenes trivia. Vicky really wants to... She's giving info. What does she want a banana for? She's just not gonna beat those allegations, is she? Not at all. Oh well. So you want this behind the behind the scenes tidbits, right? Well, I'm happy to oblige. I guess where the devs get this idea from. She got it from a couple of nightmares she had. Well, that's lovely. But we love girl developers in this industry. The first one was on about a murderous boat. In the stream, she was standing on the decks of a cruise ship and watching in a distant freight carrier use a huge claw to rip chunks of flesh off of a whale and smear the chunks on its deck. She looked away for a second and then looked back to see that the carrier was right next to the cruise ship. It tried to catch her, its huge claw smashing into the deck of the ship behind her as she ran. Kind of a ghastly nightmare, but she wasn't too phased. When she woke up, she was both scared and fascinated. A couple months later, she had another dream set on a cruise ship. This time, she was being chased by a huge robot. It was, in fact, Adam from the Budget Cuts VR game. I don't know what that is, man, but okay, we'll go along with it. It's fine. That's who the lifeguard originally was. Oh, okay. A character from a completely different property. I wonder if the lifeguard looks similar. I'm gonna look that up really quick. Let's see. Budget Cuts Game Adam. No, it just does not look similar at all. But it looks, it's like Clash. It has a, like the monocle eye. It's kind of like a mix between Portal and Clash. So yeah. Like a Peabody. Anyways. Anyway, right as she was about to get caught, another robot swooped in to save her. That robot was yours truly. Now, Dream Me looked like a lot different from actual me. I looked and sounded like a Nick Valentine from Fallout 4. Wow. So, if you're wondering how my voice sounds, there's a good idea. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what Nick sounds like, but that's okay. Except that I had a bright blue eyes and that the beard... And that beard with the camera and it from T-Torches too. Apparently the stream was all about meshing together other games the dev was played. Then we decided to solve mysteries, eat cookies, and adopt orphans. What? So it didn't turn into a Wattpad. We completely, like, we got the children report down too as well. Okay. The cookies and orphans angle was unfortunately dropped for the full game. No, not the cookies! How dare you forget the cookies? The cake was a lie. Once the devs woke up from the second dream, she thought I was a pretty cool dude. Also, she remembered the earlier dream and thought, hey, put those dreams together in a weird freaking story. Let's do this. Ended up being her favorite game she's ever made. All's well that ends well. Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's see. She's not given the whole, we can be friends, maybe after a while we can date and get married. Yeah. That's true. Gladys. Not necessarily glad. No, it literally looks so like a Peabody. Imagine a Peabody's body, but then with Clash's head. So like take out the thing in the middle. And that's what the other guy looks like. So yeah. What? Why is this an option? What the heck? What's the bonus episode based on? It's based on 2 mini sequels the dev wrote for Game Jams. Both those games were interactive I keep reading freaking fiction as fan fiction. Web-based pieces built in bulk ink. So, not as many pictures or music as the game, but most of it based on Steel Barista. Okay. The theme for that jam was Cliffhanger. So, she had been waiting to write more about me, and so she did. She had been waiting to take a stab at a certain style of plot twist that Agatha Christie authored, so she did. I don't know who that is. The game did pretty well in the competition, if all things considered. There's also elements from Clash. Curious Set. Oh, there's more? This one was a bit unconventional. So she says it was a character study for me, how I'd react to imminent situations. For the record, I'm more interested in the emotional and romantic connection than, well, the other kind. Okay. I mean, understandable. Use that information as you wish. So she also says it was a study between human and robot interactions and the potential problems, so shenanigans that could arise from them. Our story would be sticking with it. Back on topics, Curious Set nestled in the second place for narrative in the jam and it was made for. The jam that it was made for. And there is that, at least. The whole game was way too, let's say, out there for the complete edition. However, it did have one important element that I ended up with a certain lady. This will play dividends in the sequel. So, do we get together, or is it Vic? Am I the certain lady? Because I look like a lady in the thing. I just wanted to point that out. in the shadow that we were given. To wrap this up, the last bit of the bonus episode is a broad strokes of retelling the Curious Set. Oh, what if Vic is based off like the actual creator? And I've been hating on her the entire time. Oh well. This way, all the important / canonical bits from Robot Detective, Steel Barista, and Curious Set are all together. The originals are all still available for the devs' Itch.io page and could still be played right on the internet. Dude, I don't know why I'm feeling like so congested right now that like it's difficult to talk. But I don't know if that's like coming through with my voice, but oh well. Except for Curious Set, which at the time for you reading this is hidden now because the dev doesn't want her day job seeing it. Okay, I mean, yes, it was that risky. Oh my god, okay. I'm glad that wasn't in the complete edition, to be fair. Maybe it'll come back someday, maybe it won't. Hell if I know. You should know. What's with the visuals? Well, you see, the devs struggle with an artistic development, which is just a nice way to say she can't draw. That's me. Her drawing style stalled out at a first grade level due to expectations placed on her by her family. They wanted her to draw like an expert at 7 years old. The pressure was too much and she gave that all together. There's a life lesson there somewhere. Nonetheless, she wanted to go into game development as a fun side income hobby, but needed to find a way around this handicap of hers. Practicing art skills was an option, but it would require years of practice. In her case, art classes Oh, and in her case, art classes, to get an acceptable level. And she wanted to start a new game development as soon as possible. There were also options for pre-existing assets and hiring artists. She did not have the money for the latter, and was at the time too stubborn for the former. So she found a website with lots of free for commercial used stock images, acquired them, and opened GIMP. She spent some time hacking together photographs and in a collage-esque style and slapped a comic book filter over it. The result was a visual style that gathered more praise than she expected. Yeah, I actually do really like the style of it. For the complete edition, she also wanted to add some gentle edits to the UI. She didn't want to change anything too drastically because she's the only RenPy dev who actually likes the engine's default IU layout, user interface. Anyways, but she did add some changes. At least there's that. Okay. Yeah, actually, I do really freaking love the art style, so it's kind of cool that she just kind of meshed everything together. It's pretty smart. What's next for Clash? A vacation. The dev is working on me like a retuned mule. At the time of releasing the complete edition, she's planning on a full-fledged sequel. Oh god, we're gonna have to play that one day. Can I kiss you in my... And why my brother and Krispy Kreme with wet lips? We'll get there when we get there. I mean, clearly that girl wanted to do stuff with him that we couldn't do. Also, if there's a risque version of this, I mean, I'm gonna assume something's gonna be able to be there. If Vic is based on the actual creator, then she's got some grass to touch. That's true. Oh well, you know, it's a self-insert fanfiction for her. She's fine. She got the title from an AI-powered prompt generator. Clash. Blue Mirage is what she's calling it. Okay. She's got a settling, a haunted mansion attraction controlled by an AI, but for quite some time, that's all she had. Then she had a nightmare where I had been reset to my default chase criminals programming and was chasing her through an abandoned building with intent to harm. Dude, that sounds... I was gonna say that sounds like it would be so fun, but I meant more so as a good ending to a thing, or like part of the story. Very out of character, but also very intense. She also wrote a seasonal zine sharing me for jam. She joins a lot of jams. I see that. This is my jam. Nope. Stop the music. That is my jam. Stop the game. That one's my jam. She really realized that zine could work as a prologue. Saying any more would spoil the whole currently planned intro to the game. Okay, so it is going to be the next game. That's fun. I wonder if it's already out, actually. Because I think this game came out in, like, 2018, right? Let me see. Clash Detective Robot. When did you come out? Oh, never mind. This only came out in January. That's fine. Just all fun. But just be know that it's like the original game. Dreams and Side Stories are apparently going to be the making of the sequel. Okay. And of course, she'll probably write a bunch of little fictions along the way. This time it is fictions. Oh my god. Anyways, that's the plans. Granted, these aren't happening anytime soon, if they happened at all. But it's good to have goals. Okay. It's the game engine. A lot, and I do mean a lot of dating sims are made with it. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, I guess we're gonna try to kiss him now. No. Next question. Okay, never mind. What if you keep trying? Never mind. Okay, Instagram. Okay. Well, that was that, unless we play the minigame. Never mind. I think it's all the same, right? Yeah, it's like the same. Let's go back. Okay, never mind, we can't go back. Oh, he's speaking. Okay. Yes, I've already played. No, I exited my entire thing. Oh well. We'll just transition to full screen. Anyways, that's the end of the video game. We got through all that. Interesting. I mean, I did love the plot twist. That was an amazing plot twist. Kind of excited for the next game now then, because I do want to see like that whole, you know, other Clash's side of becoming corrupted and stuff. I think that'll be fun. So we will see where that takes us. But as far as everything else goes, thank you for coming, and I'll see you in the next one. I don't know when that is, but bye. Bye-bye, 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 bye. Thank you, Dix, for the always 10 out of 10 good stream. Thank you. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. Also, I apologize for not reading your shark. I know I missed the shark thing. The Shark Week, you had an extra fact. My apologies. I'm so sorry. Anyways.